Former Trump campaign manager Corey Lewandowski held an anti-impeachment rally to support the president in New Hampshire on Monday. Lewandowski claimed his former boss had done nothing illegal during a phone call with Ukraine's leader. He also slammed the state's congressional delegation for supporting the impeachment inquiry.
What we've seen in Washington is the worst of the worst. It's a hyper-partisan environment that now they want to bring an impeachment against this president for doing nothing but putting America first. And if that's a crime, guilty as charged.
Lewandowski has also been hinting at a possible run for Senate in his home state of New Hampshire. Monday's rally was held in Manchester, directly outside of the office of Democratic Senator Jeanne Shaheen, who's running for re-election next year. 2020 campaign reporter Nicole Sganga was at that rally in New Hampshire, and she joins me now from Manchester. Nicole, thanks so much for being with us. What is Corey Lewandowski's role within the president's inner circle?
Well, certainly Corey Lewandowski doesn't have any official title in the Trump re-election campaign, but he has been spotted with the president most recently on his visit to the Granite State, to New Hampshire. President Donald Trump hosting a big re-election rally right here in Manchester, just a few blocks down. And of course, Corey Lewandowski was there with him side by side at that rally. He also flew with the president to New Hampshire on Air Force One. I asked Corey Lewandowski today when the last time was that he spoke with the President of the United States. He said to me that he does not reveal those private conversations, but we do know that the two are known to speak to one another from time to time and in close touch.
Well, what is the objective here? What is Lewandowski trying to achieve in New Hampshire?
Well, on the surface, Corey Lewandowski said he was there to speak out on the New Hampshire congressional delegation, which includes Senator Jeanne Shaheen, for backing the impeachment inquiry into President Donald Trump. But a little bit under that surface is the lingering fact that Corey Lewandowski has been mulling a potential Senate bid to unseat Senator Jeanne Shaheen right here in New Hampshire. He has not made up his mind yet, but he has been strongly considering a potential bid for a few months now, Elaine.
Well, the president narrowly lost New Hampshire in 2016 by less than 3,000 votes. How does this fit into his strategy for flipping the state in 2020?
Well, absolutely. The president and his team say that New Hampshire is winnable. They have invested millions in advertisements thus far in the Granite State and say that they will continue. They put their first field team right here in New Hampshire and are already putting out days of actions and canvassing. That said, it's an uphill battle to regain Republican control here in New Hampshire. In 2018, Republicans lost control of both the New Hampshire State Senate and State House. Also has a completely Democratic congressional delegation. The executive council here is entirely blue. And so certainly an uphill challenge, but President Donald Trump says they're putting the resources in on the ground to try to win this state back in 2020. And certainly we'll see if they can do it.
Well, in interviews, Lewandowski has said that his priorities are to defend the president against the impeachment inquiry and to help his re-election campaign. If Lewandowski runs for the Senate in New Hampshire, is this a platform that will resonate with voters?
Well, certainly it'll resonate with certain voters. Now, the President of the United States has a 53% disapproval rating in the Granite State. That's one of the higher rates of disapproval for a swing state, so certainly it's going to be difficult to appeal to those voters. Of course, I have spoken to Republicans from across the state here in New Hampshire. Some tell me that if Corey Lewandowski is with President Donald Trump, they're with him. But, you know, New Hampshire is known for having a number of moderate voters, a number of independent voters, independent or undeclared voters, make up a plurality here. It's around 42%. So perhaps attracting those voters to President Donald Trump and a Corey Lewandowski ticket might be harder.
Well, what are voters in New Hampshire saying about how they think the impeachment inquiry is affecting the president's re-election campaign?
And just like anything else, it depends on which voters you speak with. Certainly Democrats here have told me that they're supportive of an impeachment inquiry. A lot of folks have heard the word impeachment thrown about since the time of the Mueller report. They're becoming impatient with Congress. They would like to know when impeachment is actually going to happen. Other voters concerned about what the impeachment inquiry could mean for other key parts of the Democratic Party platform, like health care reform, like climate change, worried that this could in fact be a distraction. And of course, for supporters of President Donald Trump here in the Granite State, this has in some ways emboldened them. It has irritated them to the point where, you know, they were given just 24 hours notice for this rally today that Corey Lewandowski put on, and yet we saw dozens show up in support of the president. So certainly emboldening some of those Republican Trump supporters.
All right, Nicole Sganga for us. Nicole, thank you very much.
Thank you.